This is day 618 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you'd like to sponsor a share or more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please contact me directly. It would be very greatly appreciated. Today we are doing Simon. Shin Chaz Samagim, of course. Chav Hey to Lamagim. Chav Hey to Lamagim. Chav Hey. It's preferable that it be one korah, one beam, which is a tefach wide. If you put two beams, one next to each other, parallel to each other, each which is a half a tefach, since they can together hold a half brick of 1.5 tefachim on the width. I know I feel which means even they're a little bit distant from each other. Between the two of them, ain't don't have to make another korah. They're good enough. Vim lav, and if not, certainly be korah. You don't have to make another korah. Olas micham zuzum and toshos who dress them they're within three of each other. Naishu chazay kabel. They have to be strong enough to hold those bricks. Obviously, some say the law can laws him start shiluva lovat. Here, lovat is not effective. If I mean a sheer korah, we need them to be a shear of a korah which is precisely a tefach, and therefore, so they have to be within a tefach of each other. Sheer korah, which is a shear of a korah. If they're more distant than that, absolutely they're possible. They ain't got korah. There's no beam. You can say lavud, but it doesn't make it a beam because it's not within the tefach. You don't have enough of within a tefach. In other words, according to this, for this case of a beam, the lavud would only be a tefach, not 3 tefachim. Now that there are many koros next to each other, but the gap is the tefach is more than the tefach between them. Even though they altogether they're 4 tefachim or more. Come and a clue, nevertheless, it's nothing. We don't have a korah in one spot in which we can put an ariach on. Right? And it's nice that love is matar them, but it doesn't make it capable of holding the bricks. Chavav, according first mean that says it is kosher if they're not more 3 feet from each other. They don't have to be directly opposite each other in the same height. One will kill you above, one below. It doesn't 3 tefachim, neither in the height nor in the breadth. You see the higher one as if it's below. And lower as if it's above. Since with less than 3 tefachim is leveled, the special kula by the korah, we see it as if one goes up to the other, one goes down to the other. So it's like this, right? Even though lavud here really should only work in one direction, but here lavud works in 2 directions, right? And it connects this way and connects this way. That's, by the way, called Chavod Rami in the Gemara. I'm not sure it has to be down words. Chavod means lower down. Rami means lift up. As long as the top one is not more than 20 amas high, but the bottom would not be less than 10 tefachim high. The Yeshua in the previous hif says that the tefach passes this as well. The only machmir if they have no less than a tefach between them, which should be machmir like this opinion. It says the bracket Zeldas Rabbi Yosef Yehuda Yudal Bahach the rowing. He doesn't hold of this idea of rowing that we equate them halachically, in practice they're not. To be hung a curtain over a mat over the korah. It doesn't reach entirely to the ground. If it's not more than 3 tefachim from the ground, kosher amovi. The move is good. There's no beam anymore. Shakiso say covered it ain't kan heker. And there's no way of recognizing it. There's the wall of the mat. It's one to be talking about the ground, plus them over is no good. Then can lo kochav lo mechitza. There's no beam nor wall. Mechitza shekova shloshim aretz. A wall which starts more than 320 on the ground is psula. Afil enigo emerge shlosha. And even if it's not more than 320 from the ground, tzarich lirosh shalotanu baruach. Has to be that curtain is taut. It's not swaying in the wind. There's the famous canvas sukkah, which we'll talk about more when we get to Hilchos Sukkah, and of American origin. I believe it was originated by the Spiro Foundation in the 1950s out of Cleveland. No one knows what the basis of the original heter was, the canvas sukkahs without the strings, which were not machmir to put, but that'll come up later on. Okay. Next. Even though there's no measurement for the thickness of the Korah, as a tvachim, that was if it's 10 tvachim thick. Plus la Rash Bazal Rash passes the time the Kimshim Mashim Mechitza, since it has the shear of a wall in and of itself, but the Mentor Saklega, it no longer has the status of a beam. But Piers Lamachsel, just like if you put a mat over it. Mechitza ain't kind, there's no wall here either. Sharei ain't betul shlosh tamagaka, it's not within 3 tvachim of the ground. The low down in the machzelis is not like a machzelis, not like a mat. She mechusa, which is covered. It covers the beam. I guess it's here we're talking about here. There's not the curtain, the mat covers the Korah. It's no good. Here it's the Korah itself which has the shear of 10. That's not a problem for us. The dad says if you rush per kamadino sharash chol glok much kasamnu shokol says she meshuchel matim yasar ayin sham. Then move on. Whatever the Rush is writing there about if it's below 10, it's not understandable. If it goes down within 3 of the ground, it's not the 10 tvachim of itself. Near at the lav dafko. He's not being specific. The company because of the shows to shlosh tvachim. Several times people write 3 tvachim, 10 tvachim, but kavana she'ena, but tzimtzum masor, that means that it's not precisely 4. Shum tzimtzum lo apostle Rashi was precise. The Rashi one apostle mishum diyesh medidim meruvachos yesh mitzumtzamos. There are tight measurements and broad measurements. Kamoshi's bar, as will be explained later today. I'm not sure we're going to see that. Some say that even in the bottom part of this Korah is below 10 tefachim from the ground. And normally a Korah which goes below 10 tefachim is puzzle. It's kosher. It's like by sukkah. You look at that's the bottom way. Look at the bottom. If you look at the bottom part of the sukkah, not being there. Here too, it's actually the sukkah is not such a great example. Scratch it for the record. But in any event, a Korah can't be low to 10 because that's here. It's okay because we look at the bottom parts if it's not there. But he says Korah rechava. This could be Psham. He says he took a broad Korah, and it continues down more than 10 to a little bit within fucking on the ground. It's kosher. The kavana lamata me'asar ma'aretz. It means that it's less than 10 from the ground. The ain zayin klal din ze can move on. Did I skip here? No. The Mata mean haaretz. The Mata mean asur mean haaretz. He says Arukh HaShulchan seems not to like this. He says ein zayin klal din ze kamuvan. Like when said the kavanah gova kor shusar tvachim kashir v'chitza. It's not going on a Korah within 10 feet of the ground, which the Taz just said. It's the Taz. We look at the bottom part; it's not there. It's a question of the Korah itself being 10 feet. Okay, so it has nothing to do with the Taz. Was obviously leading up to this. Where he says, no, the Taz is not correct about this. It goes to the 10 of the ground, doesn't work. You don't say, row in, look at the bottom part as if it's shaved off. We don't do that. For I'm going to Sukkah, it's evidence that we just said in Sukkah. Yeah, this he does bring down the I should not scratch that from the record because he brings it down. Okay, it was 10 fucking high. And leaves are going into 10. So Rabbi Lahakshir, Rabbi says, Kosher Sukkah, Kamogavola Mal Michof. Such as when you have these leaves hang down when the stock is above 20, but the leaves hang down to within 20, and they're still some rubasim v'chamosim. They are more shade than sun. And we say it's kosher. So here too, if it goes down below 10, we say it's as if those branches below 10 are not there, and it's kosher. Only about Rava said no. He said you can't use it anyway. Hayadira sruchai. This is a repugnant place to live because even though the roof itself is not so short, but you have the stuff hanging down your back. The person that's living in such a type of dwelling. We pass this way. So clear that with below you need 10 tefach, which is completely clear of anything. You don't say rowing as if that obstruction is not there. Does not distinguish sukkah movi in this issue. So interesting. Movi should be able to walk nicely, even though I don't know why you're not walking so nicely. Whatever it means, it's like sukkah, you need a nice place to live. The brackets here, okay, I'm sure the Tasha Machshir, even though the Taz says by sukkah, I guess it's okay, because of the Rabba. Come on, here's Lady Psula, I think it's possible. I think it actually means the Taz here is Machshir, and the Rabba here by Movi, because look at the bottom part as if it's sheared off. It's not that way. The Arukh HaShulchan says possible. But let's 11. Ezer Shdocher, Ozer Shdocher, Gamken, Divrei Ataz, Yosef rejects the words of Taz. For a Pirish for Taz of Divrei Adocha, Divrei Rosh, holds like the Taz. Okay. Lamraf, not Shteisos, Akumos, or Shteikos, and Movi, move up, me beef name. If you put two pegs, which are crooked, on the two walls of the Movi, the Gam, Akimuson, later to the Movi, and now the Korah zigzags into the Movi, pegs zigzags into the Movi. The Gasa Korah Leim, and he put the Korah on top of them. And so this Rochav al Tavach Shushir Korah Liosel Shan Kabats Korah, and the pegs coming out of the wall, they're not 10 fucking wide themselves. They should consider the Korah in and of themselves. Imena going because the Movi Shlosha. If they're not more than 3 talking above the height of the walls of the Mavli, Gam and also not in their angle, there's not more than 3. In other words, the angle does not push the beginning of the Korah out into the middle of the Mavli. So the Mavli is not to be talking away from the wall, both in breadth and in width. We see them as if they extend from wherever they are to additional somewhat less than to the walls of the movie. Yes, but if it's more than 3, it's possible. Yes, there was a chiddush here. That really, if everything's in 3, we say trei hilchasa. We say 2 loved. Loved by meshach, there's loved in the breadth. The chavod rami, here brings it down. Don't bring it down before. Big of ha. In other words, it's higher than 3 tvachim from the top of the Mavli. We could see it's within 3 tvachim. We say chavod rami. The it says in Sukkah that we say in terms of Sukkah and Tumah that if you have a breadth of a tefach, you say chavod rami even if it's more than 3 away. Okay, not here. Really, the beam is supposed to be better than the wall of the Mavli. It's more than 3 away. I feel a begova even in height. Ain't it so closely Hamovi? It's not within the walls of the Mavli. I don't mean that means it's better than Mamish, but it's got to be within the confines of the wall of Mavli. Okay, the bracket says this is the Magen Avraham. 4th. My base, you should know, Shesh Midas Tvachim, we just talked about. The measures of Tvachim, Amos, and of Amos, Midos, Mitzamos, Midos, and Vachos. They're narrow measures and wide measures. The difference between them is a half an etzba per amma. It's not so much. An amma is 4 by 24 etzbos, and this is half an etzba, so it's a ratio of 1/48. The Ram says, the finger we use to measure zeres everywhere you need to measure it is rochav agodol shel yad tefer arba hamazos. We don't use the stammer finger. Say these 4 fingers of tefer. No, it's 4 thumbs. Put together 4 thumbs. It's always an am of 6 tvachim, not 5 tvachim in the base of English. Sometimes it's a tight 6 tvachim. They're happy amos. And they're expanded. Right? It's not very tight. Some are loose. And with both of these, we follow 2 chumrah. How so? Ketza Meshlemovi Barba Amosokos. The extent of the Amavli is 4, has to be 4 amos spread, right? Which is longer. But you know, higher than 20 amos unspread. The Chayetz Ben Li and Sukkah Klaim is true also by Sukkah and Klaim. Akon Lashona. Pizzi Yebetchum Shabbos Shu Apayim Amo have fresh bell, but it's both. Well, in Chum Shabbos, which is 2,000 amos, you can have a gap of a difference of about 1,000 fingers. Shein Reish and Tfuchim, which is 250 Tfuchim. Karv Membe's amos is almost 42 amos. The Rambam is given Chomakom Kain Huvla Hitzich Let's give it Chumin. Rambam says everywhere it's so close, and you have to special spell. That's the case by Chumin as well. Avo Tuvashon Simon Chasiv Chavav Shebekan Kasul Chumra. Here he says, they say explicitly, it will be machmir. Tchumin lo eskir zakar. He mentioned tchumin all. What's astonishing, the common seeming shit's like, well, kasul tuva shalach lina arba amos shlos lichol adam noslam ruvachos. When you say a person has 4 amos, you give him expansive amos, not narrow amos. Why am I not machmir? They rock mitzum amos, give him only narrow amos. Tzarchir doesn't have an answer to that. But then here, the Sharatzin does answer the question. But yeah, the Ayin Shams is not brought down here what his answer is. Lamagil, when they bomb more of a rush for Torah Shara Pasuk Rambam, that it's always the same Amma. Rasha Rita Kosul Chomosh Miklaim Omen Ruvachos. They say it's not always the same Amma, which would be an Amma Ruvachos. They say by Kilayim, it's always expansive. For Chomosh Basuka Movi, Lomitzonos by a Sukkah, it's always narrow. Tvachim. The Shination robot the Imikaim having Ruvachos Chumrah. Most of those are Kilayim to use expansive amos which would generate a Chumrah. With Sukkah Mavli, and by Sukkah Mavli, Hamatum Tomos, Ruben Chumrah, narrow ones would be more of a Chumrah. Therefore, since the majority of the halachos by Kilayim are that expanded amos would be a problem, or would generate a Chumrah, we don't care, and not concerned that in a few cases it's going to create a kula. Rashi. Yeah, vice versa. By Sukkah Mobi, where Tzimtzum would be a leniency, we're not concerned that sometimes and rarely it would be a I said that wrong. Again, this is the Tzimtzum by Sukkah and Mobi, where Tzimtzum would be a kula. The tight amos, we don't take out tight amos. Rashi says this. The Tamal Leva more, and the more asks, why not? But Ramban doesn't answer. Why not? Even though it's only his job. But I also know the Bishlam with Sukkah Dame Doraisa. I understand by Sukkah and Kilayim which are Doraisa. Shabbos in the Chumah makes sense for you, Machner. But Movid Rabbana, but Movid said Rabbana, B'choma Komochim Hakab Rabbana, be Suffolk. Normally by the Rabbana we're lenient because of Suffolk. We come back to the B'shasa place, like we know all of the B'shasa place. And Suffolk Divreim, Suffolk Divreim, okay, Suffolk Rabbana is the cooler. Zabshita Mashalim can kach, and obviously that which we're going this way, sometimes the other way, the other times, that's because of his suffix. These Moshe Sinai, because if we would say it was Allah Moshe Sinai, Ruvachos and Thomas, when to use broad, when to use narrow, we're not permission even to go the opposite of the Chumrah. Wow, that's amazing. I guess there are loopholes in that. Avaris, the stam and name must have stated generically, can have a sisveka the rabbanon lekula. There which be something the rabbanon in lekula. It's archim, why not? Why you say to be machmir? So that's how which we'll get to in our next year.